If you are interested in mastering the art of videography, from shooting cinematic videos with any type of a camera to editing and color grading those videos professionally, and how to make money in videography, I have a series of online filmmaking courses that will easily take you throughout the whole process of learning videography from beginning to the end, practically step by step. Starting with the DSLR cinematic filmmaking, where I teach how to choose and understand your cameras, how to put in the correct settings, lenses and how they affect your image, how to create great compositions, camera movements and camera angles, lighting techniques, both natural lighting and artificial lighting, and understanding how to record clean audio. Then we come to Video Editing Pro Max, where I teach how to edit videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, from how to install Adobe Premiere Pro and the computer requirements, all the way to exporting your finished video and everything in between, like how to add effects to your videos, how to add transitions and presets, how to mix, master and clean audio, and just a lot more. Then we move on to Color Grading Pro Max, where I teach the whole entire process of color grading your videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, from understanding picture styles, how to use lumetri scopes, how to use LUTs, and showing you tips, tricks and techniques that can make your color grading very easy. Then Music Video Ultra, where I teach how to create cinematic music videos, from all the equipment that you will need for music videos, camera settings, how to direct, how to come up with a treatment and scripts for music videos, all the way to editing music videos and color grade them. And those who want to pursue wedding videography, don't worry, I've got you covered in Wedding Video Ultra, where I teach how to shoot cinematic wedding videos, from the equipment that you're gonna need, camera settings, how and what to shoot during a wedding ceremony, how to edit wedding videos, and how to deliver those wedding videos to clients. And after acquiring all this skill, how do you make money from it? That is where Videography Business course comes in, where I teach how to turn your videography skills into money, from how to get started in videography even if you don't have any equipment, how to market yourself as a videographer, how to get clients, how to charge for your videos, and over 10 videography side hustles that you can do to generate extra income. While all the courses are online, you can also download them to your computer or your mobile phone and learn at your own time and at your own pace. And you can reach out to me anytime you have a question or need further explanations. I have included all the softwares, plugins, transitions, presets, and over 3,000 LUTs that you can download for free. And since these are practical online classes, I have also included exercises, assignments, and footage for you to practice on, as well as e-learning certificate of completion at the end of the courses. You can get and learn all this from my website ufc.unifiinventive.net for only $86. Here are the payment options and my WhatsApp contact number for more details. I hope to see you in the class. Good evening everybody, and welcome to our last live stream of 2023. And today I just want to go through a few things before we close this year. So if you have any questions, please just ask me. I'll answer you. And there's a lot of changes coming to UniFi Film Class, the platform where I teach videography, as well as a lot of other stuff like the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So the changes have actually really started with me. As you can see, I no longer have hair. So let me know what you think about it. So to those of you who are joining right now, help me to share the stream so that we can have a lot of people. I haven't been around for some time. People, now they think I'm no longer available for this kind of stuff. So just help me by sharing the stream so that you can remind them that we are still on. All right. So as you are doing that, let me just start greeting some of you. I missed a lot of you. I missed you guys. I missed the UniFi Film Class team, family. I really missed you. So just help me by sharing the video. That we are still on. And today, sound is a little bit a piece of cake, but we're just gonna push it like that. I forgot my microphone where I was. So yeah, I can see Nokfika is watching. Hello family, thank you so much for joining. Watching from Zambia, Mr. Stefan. MJ, good evening leadership, thank you so much. Cyrus Mavoshe watching from Lukulu, Zambia. Thank you so much, all the way Western Province. That's where my career started actually, in Zambia. You shaved? No. Let me know what you think about the new hairstyle, guys. It has been having a lot of requests of people wanting me to shave my hair. G watching from Nigeria. Daniel Makungo watching from Port Elizabeth, Nyambe Katungu. What are the requirements needed for me to start Mutozichwan? Thank you so much, Mr. Nyambe. Thank you very much. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. I'm coming to Zambia end of January, and I'll be there for a month. We're going to work a lot. We're going to do a lot of videography works that side. Thank you so much. Once again today, I'm just going to talk a lot more about, more like an update. This is our last live, things that you are expecting from UniFi Film Class and from myself, as well as selling some of my stuff that I no longer need. As you can see, I have switched. I'm switching. I'll be filming most of my videos now on cinema cameras, and this I don't even know whether I should call it a camera or maybe I should just give it a name, because it doesn't really behave like a normal camera that we are all used to, like the DSLR camera. The workflows are different. I've already shot 7 music videos with this thing. It's a RED cinema camera. It's a RED digital cinema camera. Very good camera. And I'll be sharing with you some of the reasons why I am switching from mirrorless DSLR cameras and the reason why I'm selling them to cinema cameras. Of course, it is not really about the quality of the video. I have done a lot of videos on mirrorless DSLR cameras like these ones, and I have won awards, like many international awards. My videos have won a lot of awards. It's not really about the camera, but there is just hidden reasons why at some point you really want to shoot cinema, and I'll be sharing some of those kind of stuff in my YouTube a lot. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, next year, that's one of the stuff that I'm gonna really take seriously. All right, I love the new look, Mr. MJ. Thank you so much, Mr. Nyambe. You look smart, bro. I need a phone. Oh, I have a spare phone that I don't use. I'm gonna carry it for you when I come, Mr. Nyambe. Thank you very much. Zambia always signing in. The hair is cool still. Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. Thank you. Just help me to share the stream. At least when we hit 40, I can start to talk about all the other stuff that I no longer need, because this camera no longer fits in my setup. Everything just really became small. My gimbals really became small. Everything, literally, all the camera accessories that I had for mirrorless cameras, they have come small. And I have no idea, I have no plans of going back to mirrorless cinema, to mirrorless cameras, So just brace yourself today. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So I'm going to sell some of my stuff. Help me by sharing the video. I can see Chiku is watching all the way from Cape Town. I can see Mike Major. Missed you, my mentor. I missed you so much as well. Thank you so much. You look great in that new haircut. You look ready for filmmaking. Thank you very much. Next year we are taking filmmaking to a whole new level. If you have any questions, you can ask. I'll answer. On this channel we teach videography. So even though today we are talking about something slightly different, I'll still be answering some of the questions that you ask with regards to filmmaking. All right, I can see Mr. Amkelani is watching all the way from Zanini. Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody. Help me to share the stream. Help me to share the stream so that a lot of people can join us. I know sound today is a little bit crappy, but we're going to just push it like that. Don't forget the gimbal watching from Lusaka. That is Mr. Jonathan. All right, so let me start by going a little bit in my latest course that is called Videography Business, where I was teaching about one of the major topics in that course is about equipment. Like you can actually really get clients if you have good equipment, right? So no matter how much you can be skilled, no matter how much the experience you can have in the industry, but if you are using really below average equipment, clients will find it very difficult for them to trust you with their projects. So even myself, before I even started making connections in the industry, one thing that I really did a lot was to invest in good equipment. So if you are a videographer, I want to get this thing out of the way before I talk about the other stuff, right? So if you are a videographer And every time you want to buy equipment, you are looking for the cheapest equipment. You are disadvantaging yourself. All right. Cheap equipment doesn't really necessarily help you to save money, but can actually make you lose clients. So what I usually do myself, this camera over here, if you can just go and Google just this body alone, just this body without a lens, without the monitor, without this handle, without this cage, without all these batteries, just this body alone costs around 200,000. 200,000. So if you start adding all these accessories, it goes to almost 360,000 I spent on this camera, right? So why will somebody really spend that much of money on just one piece of gear? It is because of the target clients that I want to start work with, right? So imagine several times I've been like subcontracted to be a videographer, sometimes maybe as a camera guy, sometimes as a, you know, as a co-director and stuff like that. And mostly one thing I have learned is they have recommended cameras that these big clients, they really want. You know, if they have like a budget of, let's say, 500,000 for a video, they will not take somebody who comes with the DSLR camera. No matter how much it can produce really good videos, no matter how much the skill behind the camera, they will simply will not take a videographer like that. So I always encourage all my videographers, all my students, that investing in good equipment, it's really the best place to start from, apart from really having the good skill. So I have been saving money since February just for me to get this camera, right? You can see the discipline that is in there. I was having problems along the way, but I still made sure that if I take the money that I've saved for the camera, I'll bring it back on the camera again. So investing in good equipment opens a lot of doors, you know, and some of you who are still doubting videography itself, to say, does it really make money? Can I make a really sustainable living out of videography? Videos these days are on demand. The market is really, the possibilities and the probabilities of you making it are really so high. So the only thing that I feel like videographers also don't really take their time in, you know, in as much as you can see, oh, Pedro is a, you know, a veteran videographer, is a filmmaker, he has made it, he has got all this kind of equipment. I still work my ass off. Like, I still work so hard, so hard. Like, if you haven't seen, I haven't been coming live lately because I was completing some other project. Like, if I can just go back to last week, Tuesday, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days straight shooting. At some point, I even shot 2 projects within one day. So you need, apart from really having skill, apart from really having resources and connections and materials, you still really have to work hard, really hard. You know, videography is not some sort of skill that is like forex trading where you just put money and you are just there and you make profit. I don't even know how it happens. With videography, if you really want to make it, you have to be so damn serious about it. You have to work hard, sometimes not because of other people's projects, but you on yourself, just get your camera, start film something, edit it, try to learn new styles, watch a lot of videos that are trending currently, you know. Those are stuff that you need to be focusing on. So I have created an amazing platform where you can learn videography from beginning to the end, and that is just part 1, which was focusing so much on technicalities of videography, you know, like how to operate a camera properly, what angles do you use, what movements do you use, how to create great compositions, how to record clean audio, you know, editing, color grading, and all those kind of stuff. So that was part 1 of UniFi film class. So next year we are focusing more on the art of filmmaking itself, like the real filmmaking, right? So if you really want to follow along, you want to, you know, get to step up, to get inside the industry and really start making changes, start making really good videos, I feel like you should take the first course, because It will take out all those small things like, oh, how do I adjust my shutter speed? You will understand all the technicalities of videography. You understand what camera angles mean, what kind of camera angles you should use and stuff like that, because next year we are really hitting the film itself. So for those people who want to start making movies, who wants to start making serious documentaries, short films, next year, that is what we're going to be focusing on. So I'm going to start releasing courses already. Most of the courses have been recorded already, so brace yourself for that. All right. Please don't forget the gimbal. Evelyn Izu Kanji is watching. Ndime Nell is watching as well. Can I have your upline? You can find the WhatsApp number on the page itself. It is there, looking good. Back to San Pedro from Jesus alike. Yeah, now this is Mr. Wise. This is the real Mr. Wise. Thank you so much, Mr. George Malumo. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so I am changing a lot of stuff. A few months ago, I was given a project to film a documentary. And I was using this camera over here, this Blackmagic over here. It's a Blackmagic 4K, very wonderful camera. And I was using it because of its raw capabilities, you know, record raw videos, really good. But at some point, the camera gave up on me for some reason. Everything still works, like it still records. This one doesn't use memory card, it uses hard drives. So that's filmmaking. And I'm selling it because the touch screen is no longer working, but the buttons are working. So this one I'm selling it for 10,000 only. So if you are my students and you want to start filming on a cinema camera, because this one also is a cinema camera, if you want to start filming on the cinema camera, I have this one selling for 10,000. All right. And I'm selling 3 GH5 cameras, 3 of them, GH5. I had 5. I'm just going to remain with 2 because those are the cameras that I'll be using for live streaming. But I'm selling 3 of them. So 2 of them. You just pick this thing. All right. So for those of you who are wondering, hey, which camera do you use for live streaming? I'm actually using the Lumix GH5. This camera over here. So this camera is good in so many ways. This is the camera that has produced, that has made me who I am in terms of videography. It's a video-first camera. It has got professional features. I love this camera. I don't think, that's why I'm only selling 3 of them, right? I'm selling 3 of them, and for the body alone. You know, these cameras, I bought them when they came out, actually. In 2017, when it came out, I bought my first GH5 for 46,000, and then they started going down. Now you can find one for 30,000, 36,000 if you Google this camera. And then second-hand ones, they're still pretty much expensive. Maybe you can find for 25,000. The cheapest you can get, the cheapest you can get, second-hand GH5, maybe 20,000 rands. But I'm selling these ones, all 3 of them, for 15,000 each. Right? If you want to add a lens, I have a couple of lenses, a lot of lenses. I have the Sigma lens here, 18 to 35, 1.8. I have all these cinema lenses. In fact, I have a lot of lenses, massive, lot of lenses. So if you want to get a camera and a lens, just let me know what focal length you need. And don't ask me which one is the best lens, because those are the stuff that by now, as a filmmaker, you are supposed to know which one is the best lens. All right. So I have a couple of lenses. So if you want to get the Lumix GH5 for the body alone, 15,000, right? And if you want to add the lens, I can even give you a discount. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, this is the better time to get it, right? So the other camera, actually, the other Lumix GH5, the screen, it is out, it's not working, but everything is working. To fix the screen, it's like 1.5 or 2,000. So that one alone is going to sell for 12,000. But the rest of the GH5s, they're selling at 15,000. All right, what other things am I selling? I've already told you about this cinema camera. If you want it, just WhatsApp me. I'm selling this one for 10,000. If you want to add a camera, again, this is This is a Nikon mount, so you can use any, this is EF mount, Canon mount, so you can use any EF lenses. It's a really, this camera never ceases to amaze me. The picture quality is amazing. You know, with DSLR cameras, in fact, if you are asking why are you leaving these DSLR cameras and switching off, there's no problem with the DSLR cameras, but as a filmmaker, you know, you now stop really looking at the camera specs. Like, oh no, this one can shoot 8K, this one can shoot with a higher frame rate and stuff like that. You now start focusing on the look of the video. You know, so for me, who has been filming with different cameras, there is a way that I want my videos to look. You know, even though if you get my course, you'll be able to know how to manipulate the footage from a camera like the Lumix GH5 in order for you to get a quality that almost looks like it's a cinema quality, but the hassle of you trying to modify the picture and stuff, there's always something that I feel like I'm losing in the process. So if a cinema camera, you know, any project that you shoot on this camera or on the RED camera, just the raw video itself, there's already something that tells the viewer that this is a video. You know, there's just the look. You know, I'm now being particular with the look of the video. I'm no longer really trying to make videos that just end up on YouTube, on the phones, but I'm really trying to get into the cinema space and create really filmic looking videos. That's why I'm changing, because I have been filming with these cameras for quite some time now. All right, so if you really want to make your videos look like, oh no, Pedro, I want to color grade my videos like this, sometimes it's not really even like the skill of color grading, it's just the video texture itself. All right, so that's why I'm selling some of these cameras and I'm switching. All right, so for some of you, who wants also to take your live streaming to the next level, I have all these capture cards that I'm selling. I have like 4 capture cards like this. 4 of them. The one I'm using it, the other 2, this one is still even sealed actually. I've never even really like taken it out, but I opened it. So all of these capture cards, this Atem Mini Pro for live streaming, if you want to connect 4 cameras at once, this is what I use. This is how my videos really tend to look so good and clean. No hassle. You can connect 4 cameras. You can even monitor all those 4 cameras on the screen, like the screen in front of me. These are awesome capture cards, really awesome. So I'm selling these ones for 6,000 each, 6,000 only. But you can get the new ones, though not really so expensive. You can get one for 9,000, 10,000, but these ones have opened the boxes, even though they are practically still new. But I'm selling them for 6,000. If you want to take your live streaming game, this is the one that I'm using right now. If you want to take your live streaming game to the next level, I think these are the capture cards that you need to look at. All right. So if you need ones, in fact, I'm going to post a picture tomorrow where I have all these things with prices. But if you want to have, if you have questions about the stuff that I'm talking about now, you can ask in the comment section. All right. Let's go. Let's go to the next item, the DJI. All right. This is the Mavic Mini, the DJI Mavic Mini. It is still practically new as well. It is just a small drone that I bought for a project. I was filming a particular project and they were not allowing bigger drones in that area, so I had to just buy this drone. And I actually flew it once, like literally once for that project, and I packed it, right? So this one, I'm selling it 5,500. It's still practically new. If you want to, you know, start making real estate videos, if you want to get into real estate videos, I think having a drone, it's a game changer. Or, you know, like if it's wedding videos, having like a drone, it's a game changer. I'm selling this one 5,500. It's a wonderful drone, shoots 4K. There's ones that shoot 2.7K, but this is the version 2 that shoots 4K. If you want it, just let me know. It's still practically new. 5,500 only. Still new, you know, still new. So if you have any questions, just continue asking. The drone is there with extra propellers, all the other stuff still inside the box. Nothing wrong with it. All right, the next item is the DJI Phantom 4 drone as well. The drone, everything with the drone is fine, but it needs replacement of these legs. I hit something, so some cables came out, so you just need to change the legs and you should be good to go. That is the battery. So I just been packing this. I've already ordered another cinema drone, DJI Inspire 2. That's what I'll be using, so I will not be needing these small drones anymore. This is how serious it gets to be. That Inspire bought it like 70,000, 72,000. So yeah, so here's the drone, the propellers, and everything. Everything is inside the carrier bag. I'm selling this one for 7,000 only. 7,000. You just need to buy the legs, which are like 3,000. So 10,000, you have a nice drone. And this is one of my favorite drones. Even the Mavic Pro Platinum, Mavic Air, when they came out, I have one that I gave away. I have one that I sold. I never really liked the quality, even though they have like really good features and stuff, but the gimbal, the camera itself, is like an iPhone camera or one of these flagship phones cameras. So I never really quite liked, even though they are sharp, they can shoot in 10-bit, you know, in log profile, but there was just really something that is missing in terms of the quality itself. That's why I have been keeping this drone for most of my prosumer, you know, professional videography. I've been using this one mostly. It's the one that I recommend because the camera, the sensor in this one is slightly bigger, so it really creates crispy, nice 4K videos. And yeah, so if you want it, just text me. Selling this one, I don't know which price I mentioned, 7,000. Selling this one 7,000. All right, and what else? So I've already spoken about lenses. If you are a native videography, I have anamorphic lenses. If you want lens flares, you know, when you are filming, let's say for example a music video, and you have backlights, and you are using anamorphic lenses, you have these nice flares in your videos, and these are the lenses. These are the lenses that you use, right? So you need to just get an adapter to your camera. Very nice. These, you should just Google some of these things. This is actually the famous anamorphic lens, the famous, but you can never really like find them anywhere. This is the Promina, in a Core Promina anamorphic lens 16S. It's a 2x squeeze, right? So it takes the image and squeezes ×2 from your sensor. So you capture almost twice than what your sensor would have captured, and then in editing you stretch the footage, and oh my god, it looks really beautiful. So I have ordered like really modern anamorphic lenses. I've ordered one that I'll be using, so I'm not really going to be needing these adapters. I was using these on my Lumix GH5, but you can see they've even started gathering dust, right? I haven't really used them for the longest time. These are things that actually really start to give you this age of videography, like you start to be creative around what you are making. So yeah, I've got a lot of lenses. I have got any lens that you want. Let me know. If I have it, I'll tell you the price. But for starters, this is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. I'm selling this one for 9,000. 9,000, but you can get a new one for 18,000 or 20,000. You know, I'm selling this lens. This one, maybe I might need to keep it because I don't think there's anyone who is gonna buy this lens. I bought this lens 28,000. It's a native Lumix lens. It is 42.5 millimeter f1.2. This lens, especially on music video, it has got a nice crispy sharp image. It has got, it's everything for the Lumix camera, especially if you have something like the Sigma 18-35, which gives you like a slight wide lens to medium, and then you have this one, which is almost equivalent to 42.5 by 2, equivalent to almost like 85 millimeter f1.8. It's a really beautiful lens. So I don't think this one I'll sell it, but if you are interested in it, just let me know. Maybe I can strike a very good deal for you, you know. Almost all the stuff that I use, I never buy cheaper stuff. That's what I was saying. It's better you just really save some money and really buy a good camera, a good lens, or a good stabilizer. That is going to be a game changer for you, because clients, when they look at you as a videographer, they say, okay, we haven't really seen what he can do. We want to try him. But the next thing that they look at is the equipment that you use. Okay? So it is very important that you have really solid equipment. You know, I have already made plans to order another camera like this, because according to me, I always have everything in pairs. Just in case this camera fails and I was in the middle of the project, I need to have another backup plan. Or sometimes maybe I might need to do an interview where I need to use both of them all at once. So when it comes to investing in my career, I don't really think twice, you know. It had to take a lot of time to convince even my queen for me to buy this camera. It had to take a lot of grace. So I don't really go low. Even when I go in the shop and I want to buy, can I have what type of lenses do you have? We have this, we have this. The next question I ask, which one is the most expensive one? Then when they tell me, I'll now try to find out why is it even expensive in the first place, you know. So it's not really like once you have something that is so cheap, then you have a good deal. Sometimes cheap is expensive. All right, moving on to some of the stuff that I'm busy selling now. I have this guy over here. This is the Ronin S. Yeah, this is the Ronin S. It comes with the small rig cage for the Ronin S. So it comes with this nice handle. On this handle, this is where sometimes I can hook a monitor in there, or I can just hook a monitor here. I can hook a monitor here. It's a really good, very strong stabilizer. It comes with, so this one, I might actually sell it in 3 parts. I might actually sell it in 3 parts. Maybe if you just want the gimbal alone without this rig, I'll sell it for 7,000. If you want this rig, I'll sell it for 3,000. And then you've got a follow focus system, the DJI follow focus system. You can see that motor there. It connects directly to the Ronin. So mostly because I'm using manual lenses, I don't even, when I'm looking for a camera, I don't even look for a camera that has got, this camera has got nice autofocus. This camera has got, no, I don't even look, because whichever, even if I'm using like the best of the best camera which has got the best autofocus, I'll still use manual lenses because they just have good quality. So you can connect this one. You can connect the focus, the follow focus motor to the Ronin S, and you can control your manual lenses automatically using the thumb. You know, when you're making videos, for me, I feel like I need to always be the one in charge. You know, I don't want the camera to do anything for me. That's why buying this camera was a game changer, because on this camera it shoots raw. So one of the stuff that I don't need to know to do on the camera, when I shoot, I don't have to adjust white balance, I don't have to adjust ISO, I don't have to adjust other few settings, you know. So I just shoot raw and I'll adjust those things in the computer. That's a good part about this camera. In fact, this camera is not even, it doesn't even really suit to be called a camera. It needs to have another name, because the workflows and all that kind of stuff, it's really different. The way it does its stuff, it's really, really different. Maybe we can call it a visual audio processing machine, something like that. All right, so I'm selling that Ronin S, 7,000, the Ronin alone. If you want to add this gimbal, this rig, I can make it 2,000 if you want to get both of them, so 9,000 for all of this. If you want to add the follow focus motor, the follow focus motor actually costs like 8,000, right? So I'm willing to sell this one for 4,000. So if you want to get the whole set, the follow focus motor, the gimbal, the cage, everything, I can give you for 12,000. All right, but I got all this stuff of almost 20-something thousand. So that's the gimbal. So the other gimbal that I'm selling is this guy over here. It is this guy over here. This is the Ronin MX. So I was actually filming using this one. I put the red camera. The red camera can actually fit on here, but I still feel like it is too small for it, because sometimes when I'm trying to make some turns, you see the camera is trying to struggle a little bit before it gives you that nice motion. That's why I'm selling it, because I have to get the Steadicam and the vest and all those kind of stuff. Accessories for these cameras is very expensive. That's why I'm selling some of this stuff, because just that Steadicam alone, already I have a quotation for 70,000 or 60,000. All right. So I'm just selling some of this stuff cheaper so that I can actually add and buy the accessories of my new cameras that are coming. So I'm selling this one. This is not like the normal Ronin that you know that you normally see. You can even see the battery. This one takes 2 batteries. All right, it has got a battery here. It has got this battery here, and it has got a battery at the back. You can put a battery here at the back. So you can power your monitor with the second battery. It's a really good. And this, if you see people filming with a red camera and they have hooked that red camera on a drone, they are using mostly this Ronin, because it can give you like a 360 degrees turn. You see, the camera can turn 360 degrees, unlike those other Ronins that that the Ronin M, the first version. So this is the Ronin MX, and I'm selling this one for 12,000. 12,000. If you want to get the new one, you can find them maybe 25,000. All right. So that one remains the decoration. So I have another Ronin M. That is Ronin MX, and I have the other Ronin that I think that one is broken. Maybe I'm just going to give it for free. Yeah, but if that one is gone, I still have a smaller Ronin, just the same version, which I might use on my Lumix GH5, the other Lumix GH5 that I'm leaving behind. But that is that. And then if you really want a cheaper, affordable stabilizer, you can start looking at glide cams, So most videographers who started making videos now, this is so strange to them, like I haven't really seen people who are using a glide cam, like to take really smooth videos, because it has a learning curve. It's not like the Ronin S, Ronin M, which use electric motors to stabilize your footage. This one uses weights to stabilize your footage, and the way you use it will determine if you have a smooth footage or you have a shaky footage. But it's really an awesome, in fact, I'm gonna make tutorials about all these items. I'm gonna make videos on how to use them properly, how to balance it up, how to use it and stuff like that. So be sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel, because next year we're gonna take that route as well, so seriously. So yeah, I have this GlideCam HD 1000 for DSLR cameras. This is the cheapest gimbal you can get, right? This one I'm selling it for 1,500. So if you are interested, it is yours. All right. What other stuff am I selling? I'm also selling this one. I'm not selling it, I'm just gonna give it. In fact, even that other one, I think I'm just gonna give them for free because they are too cheap, man. They are too cheap. So this is the DJI. This is a DJI. This is a gimbal, a phone stabilizer. In fact, I just bought this stabilizer when I was going for a vacation, and I really wanted to shoot that whole vacation with a smartphone alone, so I had to get a gimbal. So if you are, you know, like you want to start making content using your smartphone, adding a gimbal, it is a game changer, you know. The videos will start looking different from people who are just using their phones in their hands. So this one I'm just gonna give it to one of my students, I think on the New Year's Eve, on the first live that I'm gonna do in 2024. I'm gonna be giving away this thing for free. All right, what else are we selling? I have monitors. Where are the batteries for this one? I have this 5-inch Blackmagic monitor. I don't need it. This monitor has I've already given to other filmmakers. And then I still have like 3 of these that are just laying down there. You don't really have to buy a monitor these days. There's a way that you can actually connect your phone to any camera and use it as a monitor, not through Wi-Fi but via HDMI cable. So I'm gonna make a video about that, explaining how you can just use the monitor, the monitor that you already have instead of buying. But for some of us who are into really serious filmmaking, I feel like using a monitor just really adds a certain texture to your workflow, you know. That's why I had to buy this monitor. This camera came without this monitor. I had to buy it separately, and if you want to Google how much this thing costs, you are free to do so. So I'm selling these monitors. This one I'm selling it 3,000. This is not just a monitor, it also records. It has got SD card there, it has got a microphone jack. You can actually power it with DC power. It has got HDMI in, HDMI out. It has got SDI in, SDI out. So videographers use HDMI. Some of us filmmakers, we use SDI. All right. Okay, so what else? There's a couple of other stuff that I'm selling. You know, if you want to get accessories like the Metabone speed booster, I have this Vetrox mount adapter. This one actually says 0.71x. So if you get this speed booster and put it on your Lumix GH5, the sensor becomes almost like a Super 35mm. So it adds a few stops of, you know, a few stops of aperture. Like this lens is 1.8 f1.8. If I add this speed booster, it becomes 1.2, so it becomes even more faster. It's a setup that I've been using for almost all my videos to work perfectly. So if you want some of those accessories, they're still there. And yay, I forgot about the lights. Don't fall, baby girl, don't fall. Too expensive. All right, so if you want to take your videography game to the next level, lighting is one of the things that you need to work out on. You know, cameras see light. The light enters the camera. The sensor of the camera converts that light into an image. So the quality of light that you are sending in your camera is very important. Most people, they have got the best cameras, but because they don't know nothing about lighting, the video still looks pretty bad. So for the DSLRs, I have these lights. These lights are the best. Let me show them to you. All right, so you can see, you can Google that name. It is called, this is Dracast lighting. So it's not really like some of those Chinese lights, those LED lights that we are buying these days, Dracast Lighting is one of the most reputable lighting company producing really good lighting, and their lights are so expensive, hey? So expensive. So these, they come like 3 of them in a box. They all come like this. Comes with 3 stands, 3 lights, 3 adapters. I bought these lights 14,000. I bought them like $800, but I'm just gonna sell all of them. I really don't need them now, so I'm just gonna sell them 5,000 for the 3 of them with the stands. And one thing that I love about these lights is they are semi-spotlight, right? So it's not like when you set it up, it's gonna blast, even though it has got these bundles. Even if you removed these bundles, on its own, it is a semi-spotlight. So it's not like an LED whereby when you set it up, it casts lights everywhere, like lights goes everywhere. With this one, it actually has an angle of light. So it actually really helps you to shape the light in the environment that you are filming in. So it's a really good lights. I've been using these lights mostly for my live streaming and sometimes as backlight for some music videos that I have done. All right. So, and you can actually modify. It has got some filters here. You can put red, green, yellow. You know, you can change them colors. It's really, these are really nice video lights. They can also be powered with some Sony batteries. You can power them with batteries. Really good, really handy. So you don't really always need electricity. You can always power them with batteries. So when you are going in the field for shooting, it's really good. It's really good. So some people at some point, they store my batteries, they store some of the other stuff. They had batteries, but when you are buying them new, they don't come with batteries. So I bought batteries for them, but they were all stolen. Some guys that I was working with, they stole some of my stuff. I couldn't notice because there were many of them, so I only noticed when I arrived, say, oh guys, those guys, they actually touched my eye. So if you are interested to start really having good lighting, professional light, you know there's light quantity. Light quantity is just those lights that are just really bright, light quantity. But then there's light quality. Light quality and light quantity, 2 different stuff. So these ones, they have light quantity and light quality at the same time. Really good. With the way light falls on your skin tone, it's very important. It's very important. So it's really important for you to master some of this stuff. It's really important. So I have 3 of them. They come in the box, very handy lights. I'm selling them. 3 of them, 5,000. All right. So these things, they really go pretty quickly. They really go pretty quickly. So you can start making plans. I know that you have spent money on your Christmas. So by the time you regroup yourself, you wouldn't have, they would never be here. All right. So I've got a few other stuff. If I continue to just talk about the stuff that I'm selling, hey, it's going to be a long video. So a lot of accessories, a lot of them. And some of you maybe, all right. So for some of you who actually want to power your camera like for a very long time, I have Vlock batteries. In fact, I ordered a lot of Vlock batteries. So when I was buying this camera, of course I bought batteries. These are the batteries for the RAID camera. They're called RAID volts. So I bought these batteries. I saw that it can only go maximum 1 hour, right? Even though I have 2 of them, I can be charging 1 whilst I'm filming. But I thought, I can't be shooting for 2 hours, then wait until the battery is charged. So I ordered a lot of Vlock batteries, a lot of them, and not just Vlock batteries, but the original ones. So I'm going to be selling 2 of these batteries back. I will not need them because ever since I started filming now with the RAID, I've only used only 1 battery. I've never even like changed a battery, so I know if I have 2 plus the native batteries, I'm sorted. So the extra 2, I'll be selling them. I will not be needing them. I will not be needing them. So if you are interested, and it's not just the RAID that you can power, you can also power the Blackmagic cameras, you can also power your Lumix cameras if you get the adapter. You can also power any other cameras. These ones, they last. In fact, you can also power your lights with these batteries. They've got D-tap outlets, and of course I'm going to give you a charger if you are buying them. Just let me know what other stuff. I cannot continue keep talking about the stuff that I'm selling now. Just let me know which other stuff you might be interested in. Then I'll let you know if I have or not. All right, let me look at your questions. How many batteries does the Mavic Mini have? It has got 3 batteries. Your 7,000 drone, that's too low. Imagine, it's a giveaway, you know, it's a giveaway prices. How do I receive from Zambia? You make arrangement for transport. I've sent almost 5 cameras already to people in Zambia, some lights and stuff like that. So there's a guy that I normally use to send with at the buses there, but it is always good that you make your own sort of transportation. Then I can just give the person you want, and then you receive them. I need the camera. I have a Canon 70D that I can actually just give you away, Mr. Jones. Thank you so much for joining. Mr. Wise, I will inbox you though, that you take time to answer. You know, there are always times that I dedicate, you know, like I'll tell you for the next 1 month, I'll be live, I'll be helping videographers, I'll be doing this, I'm running a promotion. And that time, people don't actually ask anything. The time that I want to now start getting busy with projects, that's the time that they want now to enroll. You know, there are a lot of people who actually wanted to be enrolled, but the time I was already out, and I cannot do 2 things at the same time. So, like now, maybe I'll be selling this stuff, maybe for a week, then I'll be busy with some other stuff. When you start asking me again, where are those stuff, where are this stuff, I'm already busy with something else. So you just need to be directly in terms of what you actually want. Like my other team, people who uses my phone, they can actually answer you on time. But if you ask something personal, like, oh, Mr. Wise, I want us to work together, then even my team cannot really like help you, because they'll think you really want to talk to me. I need a laptop. I'm having hard time in doing my color grading and my course with the PC I'm using. Please just save some money and get a laptop. You know, I was selling some really big machines, big laptops the other times. So I was selling those laptops 10,000, and those laptops, if you checked the value at that particular time, they were costing like 28,000, 32,000. You know, they are like spec'd up laptops. But that time, you know, videographers, they'll still want like a laptop for 2,000. It is good when you are starting, when you don't really have a lot of clients and stuff, but really investing in good equipment. You know why I have all this equipment? It's not really like I buy this stuff for fun. I don't just really want to struggle, you know? I don't really just want to struggle. This camera, this camera that I'm selling, I asked one guy in Joburg who repairs cameras. He told me, oh, okay, that camera, I have to order something, and maybe it's going to take 2 weeks. I didn't even have 2 weeks. I said, don't worry, I'll just sell it like that. The person who's going to buy it will wait for that 2 weeks. So for me, I really believe in spending money on the equipment that I'm using. Some people don't have a problem to actually really buy a phone that costs 10,000 or 8,000 or 5,000, but they will have a problem to buy a computer that costs 7,000. You see? But even with the phone, you can still get a really good phone for 3,000 or 2,000. But When it comes to videographers, I don't know, but that is just that is just the bridge between you making a lot of money in videography and just remaining an average videographer. Most of the projects that I get, I don't get there are a lot of talented people in the industry. I don't get them on the basis of, oh, you are the most talented guy. I get them on the basis that you are talented, at the same time you already have your own equipment. You know, like there's an advert that Shoma Jones was doing, and then he asked to say, I need a videographer from Joburg who has his own equipment already. So if you really want to make it in videography, get my course, Videography Business, right? I have explained everything in that course, like how to get clients, how to attract clients, how to get clients that you really want to work with, how to advertise yourself. And investing in a good equipment is one of the major topics that I have gone into details. And I show you how your equipment will help you to actually really get better clients that are able to pay, you know. So investing is so important. Izukanji says, I am learning something, thank you very much. Mr. Chinyama Chiteta says, truth of the highest level, thank you so much. Investment in equipment. I need a Canon camera, I'm in Zambia. What Canon camera do you need? You know, the other time I was the other time I was invited to shoot a project, so I took a Sony A7S III, 2 of them, because it was at night. So, you know, Sonys, they are really good in low light. So when I reached there, they told me, no, you don't need to come with your own team. We already have people in the church that films, so they're going to help you. So when I landed with those 2 cameras, they were asking me to say, so what cameras are you going to use to shoot? I'm showing them, no, I'm going to use these cameras. Are you going to use these photo cameras? I said, yes, they are photo cameras, but they can shoot also good videos, you know. Okay, but the quality of these cameras is not nice. What do you mean it's not nice? What cameras do you film on? Say, no, what's the name of the camera you film on? Say, no, the name of the camera that we use is called HD. HD is the resolution. I'm talking about the name of the camera you are using. Hey, it is called HD. Then I realized, oh, okay, it's one of those filmmakers who, you know, haven't really taken time to understand. All right, what other low-budget Canon cameras do you have, like the Canon 70D Mark II etc.? I think I have a Canon 70D, but I've already promised it somebody. Almost all the Canon cameras, I remember I had R5, R6, RP. I have already sold those ones. So the only low-budget cameras, and the low-budget cameras that I actually really recommend starts from 70D, 80D, 77D, 60D, not really, but 70D going upward. I think those can work. So at the moment, I only have like 1 camera, but I think someone is going to get it. I already gave them, actually. They said they're going to pay. I don't know when they're going to pay. What's the best camera for the beginner? Praying for a camera to locate me, Mr. Cyrus. The best camera for beginner, it's just your smartphone. Nowadays, smartphones can really shoot good videos. So for beginners, we have smartphones like the Galaxy S23 Ultra, Galaxy S22. So I don't know which phone you are using, maybe iPhone 12, iPhone 11 Pro Max, all those kind of stuff. Those are really good beginner cameras. They shoot in higher resolution, higher frame rate. But if you want an actual camera, I would recommend something like a Canon M50. It's a really good camera. Mirrorless camera, shoots 4K video. And you can get 250D, really good camera. You can get along the HD, you can get Canon 70D, Canon 77D. You can get Sony A7, Sony A6000, A6400, A6500. Those are really good cameras. Sony A7S Mark II, really good camera. That camera actually shot the whole movie when it came out. You won't even believe it was shot on such a small camera. So those are some of the cameras that are But if you're a video nerd, I would really ask you to look at cameras like Lumix G85, Lumix G9, Lumix GH5, Lumix GH4, and Fujifilm X-T3, X-T3 Mark II, X-T3, X-T4. Those are really good. The footage from those cameras looks a little bit video-ish, not really like the Canon mirror cameras like the 70D, which almost instantly looks like this was shot on a DSLR camera. All right. How much is Canon M50? I don't have it now, but I think you can get those cameras for 10,000, 8,000. All right. Let me see if you have any questions, any more questions. I need the Blackmagic monitor. It's just 3,000. For Mike Major, I can actually do it 2.5. You know, at the end, I'm gonna just start giving this stuff for free. I have so much favorite people who are watching now, like Cyrus Mavoshe, like Jones, like Mike Major. All these people are like brothers. So, please, I want a phone stabilizer. If you are enrolled in my course, you might actually get it. So if you have not enrolled in any of my course, just go and enroll, and then maybe you can really actually get the stabilizer. I receive it, Papa. Mr. Donald, that free one can do for me. Plus I missed on the giveaway, Mr. MJ. All right, no, we'll see what will happen. We'll see what will happen. Are the lenses compatible with Canon? Yes, very much. In fact, all the lenses I have, they are all Canon lenses. All of them, they are all Canon lenses. The Sigma Canon lenses. This Rockinon, it's a Canon mount. Canon mount, everything is Canon mount, because even the Blackmagic uses Canon mount. The Red also uses Canon mount. So I mostly have Canon lenses, and mostly cinema lenses, right? The only ones that are almost like photo-ish lenses, like the lens that you can also use to take pictures, is this Sigma 18-35, and the rest, they are all like cinema lenses, cine lenses, so they don't have autofocus because they have the best quality, you know, the best quality. The moment you start really caring so much about the quality of your videos, you're going to run away from things like, oh, I need a camera with autofocus. You actually really look for the best of the best, you know. I only bought this camera, not because it has got higher specs. Of course, it shoots in 5K, you know, it shoots all those crazy frame rates. But the only reason why I got it is the texture of the video. You know, the quality. You can see that the video is sharp, but it's not sharp like the phone video. You know, when you take a video with a phone, you can see, oh, the sharpness in the video, right? Even with the DSLR camera, mostly on the Lumix GH5, you know, the picture, it can be very sharp, like it loses this video-ish texture to it. So in post, even in the camera, I have to adjust sharpness all the way to -3. And then in post, I have to still adjust sharpness a little bit so that I can just really get it to look sharp at the same time having this smooth, sharp skin. So all those kind of hassles with this camera, you don't have to do it. You know, it comes very, you can see the image is sharp, but it's not really overly sharp like an I don't know how to explain this thing to you, but I hope you just get the idea. All right. Livingston Rogers, I can't wait to watch videos shot by your Red camera. I've already shot 7 projects on it. We don't waste time. 7 projects already. So next year, that's what I'm saying. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called San Pedro Official. Just go there and subscribe. I'm dropping a lot of YouTube content and also a lot of new courses that are so much into, you know, filmmaking in general. Because the first courses, like I was teaching about how to create a script, I was teaching about, but that was just really the general guidelines, so that if you really want to start making videos in 2 weeks, at least your videos should already start really making sense. You know, it shouldn't look like you are actually really self-taught, we're still figuring things out. They should already start to look professional. But in the next courses that I'm going to release, most of them have been recorded already. I was just waiting for cameras like this. That's why I started buying cinema cameras and stuff like that, because it's not really some things that you can explain on DSLR cameras and stuff. Okay? So next year, we're going to drop really the art of filmmaking, not videography. Now we're teaching videography. Now we are going into the actual filmmaking, where we look at storytelling, guide you through the whole process of how you can tell the stories, how you can create suspense in your videos, how you can, you know, all those kind of stuff. You know, mostly these days I actually even stopped shooting videos in slow motion. I only use slow motion only when it's supposed to, you know, only when it's supposed to, because when it comes to cinema, the concept is actually what your eye can see, right? So your eye doesn't see things in slow motion, and if you want to see something bigger, you have to go closer to it. That's why most of these cinema lenses, they don't even have like zoom, right? So they believe you have to move closer to a subject if you want to see. So they are trying to mimic the real world that you are trying to see. So those are a few stuff that we're going to get into. So most of these people are saying, oh no, we saw some videos on YouTube, the courses are slightly basic, you know, they have so much information, but they are basic kind of. It's because I wanted to do it in steps. Now we are getting to the volume 2, where we're going to look at the actual filmmaking itself. Because I think 2024, there are like a lot of projects that I was working on that will end in 2024, that will be released in 2024, so that you can I can use the actual footage on bigger sets. I've done some Netflix projects, I've done some, you know, projects for a feature film. You know, I even shot a feature film, a whole feature film, all of it. So it's only that I cannot really start showing it now before the department for, you know, promoting that film starts to do it. So I wanted, by the time those projects start coming out, I'm already ahead of time, so that you can already start to see what we mean in filmmaking, certain things that we do in filmmaking. So it's going to be a wonderful 2024 for filmmakers. All right, will there be any physical classes next year? Yeah, there's a possibility, because next year I'm not even really like planning to shoot so many projects. Of course, it's not everybody who can afford to film on this project, on these cameras, and these are the stuff that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to have a lot of time creating content. I'm going to have a lot of time doing physical classes, because I'll be filming maybe 3 or 4 projects a month. These days I film like maybe 10, 11, because people, they can afford me. They can afford the kind of cameras I'm using, you know. But I wouldn't really take this camera on a project that costs 10,000, because to hire a camera like this, just hiring it is 12,000. So I know, like, I will really cut a lot of clients, so that I can focus on the online school possibilities of the physical classes. The only reason why physical classes haven't really yet come, because I'm trying to avoid certain things like, oh, this guy has opened an illegal school. So we have to wait until certain things have been put in place, so that even when I'm teaching, I'm not just going to see police coming, hey, who told you to open this school? No, it's not a school as such, but what are you doing? You are teaching. So you need to do a lot of paperwork. Even, what you call this, certificates. You know, of course, if you go online now, every course that you get online, they give you a certificate of completion. But those certificates, they are not really backed up by particular body. Like, you can apply using that certificate. It's just a certificate that entails you that, oh, okay, I did this. So with my certificates, there's some stuff that I cannot disclose on these lives. I want the certificate, like you can apply at SABC, they get you, you know. So we're just still waiting for a little bit of paperwork, but I really hope to have a physical classes. All the stuff is already there. We have like all the what you call this one, the cameras, the computers, all those kind of stuff were already put on the budget, because when you come there, food is provided, accommodation is provided, cameras, computers is all provided. You come there for 1 week, you learn, and you go back with the skill, with a show reel and stuff like that. So there's a way that we have set it up. We remember we used to have physical classes in Santon before lockdown hit, and they were moving pretty well, but the only issue was most students couldn't afford accommodation in that area. Even if they are coming from far, like say, oh, we're gonna book somewhere else, the accommodation was a problem, food-wise was a problem. So those kind of stuff, we had to sit down, restructure everything to say, okay, how much can they pay if we provide food, we provide equipment, we provide accommodation. So when they come here, the only focus that they need to do is learning. You know, we learn for 2 days theory, the next 3 days we are in the field. By the time you leave the classes, you already have your own show reel, you already have where to start from. All right, so we have all those kind of stuff in place, but you're just waiting for some paperwork so that it shouldn't look like it's an illegal school. How much is the Lumix GH5 boss? Lumix GH5 15,000 for the body. What lenses do you use on your Lumix GH5? All these lenses that are here, I use them. I use mostly the 18 to 35 millimeter because it gives me a good range, but other time I use this Nikon 14 millimeter f3. It's a cinema lens, mostly for my videos to look like the way they look. You know, most people say, oh, why do your videos look different? You know, even me, I have the same camera, but it looks different. The trick that I use is on the lenses. So mostly I use cinema lenses. I use Samyang and Rokinon a lot. And the focal range that I use a lot is, if I'm doing wide shots, I'll put the 14 millimeter Rokinon cine lens. And then if I'm doing like medium shots and I don't really want to change the lens time and again, I normally use the Sigma 18 to 35, because with the Vetrox Speed Boost, it actually comes to 35 to 50 millimeter, which is a good range. At least 35, it's a semi-wide, and then at 50 millimeter, you start to get a portrait mode, which is good to shoot people's faces. You can't use a wide lens to shoot someone's face because wide lenses have got distortion. So in my course, I have explained a little bit about, you know, lenses and how they affect your image. All right, thanks for that, bosses. We'll be waiting. That's Matoma Bosche. Do you recommend Sony FX3 as the best camera? There is no best camera. Never. There isn't any camera that is the best, right? So one of the big problems that especially people who are starting to understand videography, they actually ask, oh, I saw how the Sony camera was used and I want to buy that same camera. You find that when it comes to you, the video doesn't really look as good as what you saw, because it is not really the camera that creates videos. You know, camera comes at the very end of production plan. So you need good location, you need good lighting, you need good lenses, then you need the camera at the end. So for me, when I'm planning my shoot, the camera is never in question to say, oh, okay, the camera comes at the very end. After I have planned my shoot, I've planned what costume to wear, what props, and what locations to use. That's when I figure out which camera can actually really bring the best of this story that I want to create. So there isn't really nothing like this is the best camera. There's nothing like the best camera. People create commercial videos with phones. You'll be shocked, just with a phone, really good commercials that are really making, you know, gaining a lot of views. So Sony FX3, it's a wonderful, beautiful camera. You know, it has been used to shoot a movie called The Creator. Go and watch a movie called The Creator, a whole feature film. Sony FX3 was also used on some scenes in that movie. Wonderful camera, but the workflow, the lenses you attach, the mood, all those kind of stuff comes into question into creating really good videos. So Sony FX3, among the best cameras, but how you use a camera matters. All right. Bosses, which is the good camera for shooting videos, Canon or Nikon? Both of them. It depends which camera you get. All right, yes, I'm ready for physical classes. How much is the Lumix? I've already answered this one. Are there any lights available for sale? Yes, the lights that are available for sale now are a Dracast lighting, these ones, but the ones that I don't have, I can just recommend, like go and get this type of light, go and get this type of light. But the ones that I'm selling myself are these ones, Dracast lighting. I've already spoken about them. After the live, you can just rewind and watch when I was talking about these lights. I'm selling these ones for 5,000. They come 3 of them with 3 stands, with 3 adapters, and they are also able to be powered with a battery. All right. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. I never even got time to ask how was Christmas for you guys. I almost missed Christmas. Like I told you, I was filming from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I only finished Sunday around 10 p.m. and I had to drive back to join my family for Christmas. I almost missed Christmas. So how was Christmas for you? I advise everyone here to purchase the all access courses. They are helping me a lot with the bag. Thank you so much, Mr. Amkelan. Thank you very much. How much wide angle lens for Canon? Which focal range? You know, there's like 10 to 22 millimeter, there's 14 millimeter. So which focal range exactly of wide do you want? How much per course? You can just go to ufc.unifiinventive.net, and I'm going to advise you not to buy any course now because we are going to be launching a massive promotion in January. So if you buy now, it's going to be a little bit pricey. So if you can wait at least 2 weeks from now, when we run another promotion, at least that will be a good deal. You see, it's not all about money. All right. How much Canon M50? All right. It seems we have answered all the questions. When will you teach about product videography? That's what we're going to be doing next year. That's what we're going to be doing next year. We're going to be doing a lot. Like, I've already given you the baseline of videography in my previous course. So next year we're going to look at all such kind of stuff, like how to shoot nice podcasts, what equipment to use. We're going to look at product videography. We're going to look at the documentaries. We're going to look at writing scripts in details and stuff like that. So it's going to be really amazing. It's going to be really amazing. All right, how much for the 18 to 35? 18 to 35, I'm selling it for 9,000 rands. 9,000 rands. All right. Thank you very much, guys. It has been awesome. I would like to thank you, everybody who actually enrolled in my courses. Some of the monies that I made from those courses, they helped me buy the cameras and a few things. I'm really so thankful. Thank you so much to everybody who supports this channel by sharing, by, you know, engaging in our content and just really adding to the community of UniFi Film Class. You people mean a lot to us as a UniFi team. Thank you so much for every client that I have worked with this year. This year was it was a very confusing year. Just before you know it, you hit a serious problem. Before you know it, you hit a serious breakthrough. It was a roller coaster of a year, and I would like to thank everybody whom I have worked with. I would like to let you know that I have enjoyed every project that I've worked this year. You mean a lot. Thank you so much. And for those of you who continue to trust in my services, especially my students, thank you very much for enrolling. Thank you so much for believing in my course, in my teachings, and I'm sure it has benefited you a lot, because ever since this course has launched, there isn't anybody who said this course it was a waste or anything. Even the questions that I answer to, it's just really minor. It tells how really this the value in the course is. Like, I don't get questions because the courses itself, they answer all your questions already, you know. So I haven't really had a problem where somebody said, oh no, the course, it is a disappointment, or someone saying somewhere on Facebook or anywhere saying, that course is a disappointment, I'm so proud that I have actually really delivered to many people's expectations, and I'm so thankful for the positive feedbacks that I've been getting throughout. Even if you go on my YouTube channel now, you'll see there isn't any negative comment. And sometimes when things are too good like that, you begin to worry, to say, there's no way that you upload 15 videos and there is not even one negative comment. It really talks a lot about how much effort that I put in these things. And when we are talking about online courses, people think like maybe it's one of those things. I think people who have enrolled in the courses themselves, if they are here watching, I think they have a far different stories to tell. You know, there's one man from Nigeria. After he got the course, he went through it, and then he came back to me and said, I feel like the monies that I paid for that course, I feel like I robbed you. So I'm just going to give you $500 just to say thank you, because they have helped me. You know, I get a lot of students from Cameroon, especially Ghana and Uganda, lots of students from there. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate. It is encouraging me to even push more. You know, it is encouraging me to even put out more courses, because the time that I started working on these courses, there were a lot of online filmmaking classes. So I was sort of like, will these make any difference? In what approach am I gonna look at? And if these people, they really want to learn so much about filmmaking, why can't they just enroll in these courses that are already there? But I tried to ignore it. I was like, no, I'll just be creating YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I still had a lot of questions coming from people who saw my work, especially after winning awards. I had a lot of people asking me questions about videography, what lenses, what camera, and stuff like that. That's when I decided, let me just create it. If people will appreciate it, I'll stop. If they don't, if people appreciate it, I'll continue. If they don't appreciate it, then I'll stop. Then I'll know, like maybe people don't know, don't want it. But ever since I launched it, it has always positive feedback. It has, you know, there's another lady from, I don't know whether she's from Zambia, or she just took that course for 1 week, and she started already sending me videos what she's able to make. Such a very big encouragement, you know. So just people supporting the course, it also gives me an opportunity to even teach more of the stuff that I know. I'm a self-taught videographer, and I think the reason why most people actually get so much value in those courses, it's because I don't really teach theory. I teach practical. I can explain something as if it is theory, but it's practical. So the course is so much different from the rest. Number one, the pricing, it's very cheap, very, very, very cheap. You know, the monies that I make in videography, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And if someone can say, I'll teach you how to walk through the same career path for 1,000, that is just free. That is just free. Like I was telling you, I was filming videos like for the past week. In those videos, like the lowest paid video was like 10,000. So all those 7 videos, in 7 days, I have made about 70,000. That is just like 1 week of work, right? So if 70,000, it looks like it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money. Even people who have qualifications, they don't really earn that kind of money. So if I can say, let me teach you how to make this same money also for 1,500, I think it's almost like free. That's why that man from Nigeria encouraged me a lot. So that's the one thing that is different about my course. Number 2 is most of the courses are more if you go online courses that I have seen, there are few that are practical. So my courses are so practical. I actually open the camera like this, and show you exactly which settings you need to do. So at the end, it's not really like a course. It's like I'm just telling you what you should be doing to create better videos. That is the difference. So if you're not enrolled in those courses, you are missing out. You are missing out. So if you have any questions, I'll see you again next year in 2024. Like I've said my thank you. Thank you.